Well, all right, all right. Vinyl Guru in the house. It's been a while, hasn't it? Let's dive into some of these. I went record shopping and love to show you what's going on as of late. There's been some interesting things here, as you can see on this holy moly wall. There's going to be a bunch of gorgeous box sets for all the box set fetishists out there. If you're into that, ooh la la. I never understood this whole make a giant box for one album thing, but I'm sure somebody's going to get it because they must do them all the time. But let's dive in here, folks. This is going to be the audiophile section for all you fetishists out there. The audiophile world used to collect these like crazy, but it's just way out of range now.
Let's dive into some of them here. They've got quite a bit of them here. For the latest, these have not been moving apparently. I've been talking to them, and same with the fluorescents. Yeah, this is just analog production stuff, but I kind of like that they separated it now, which is pretty cool. Everybody used to go on and on about this press, but I heard that the box was even better, so everybody got up on that. But even these guys have run up a pretty shekel now. Night Beat, classic, a classic. You can't go wrong. But you know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I love what Quality Records does. They really have precision nailed. But like, my goodness, you know. What the heck? This is a 510 all day. What is going on in the world right now? I don't know. But just in case you guys were kind of wondering what it's like on this side of the pond, well, everything is at least, you know, 50, 60 at least. And this is actually pretty fair because this is the analog section, but talking like the new stuff, new records, it's like we're dealing with some lengthy prices. Look, this is not even anything analog, you know what I mean? So amazing. That's like, everybody used to see that. That's a 5 or 10 all day too, which is pretty hilarious. But you know, if you, I guess, want the best version of it, why not, right? Lord, yes. You know what's amazing too? Is that they're able to sell bootlegs for that. That's like, that's hilarious to me. Oh, it's pretty organized. I actually really like that. But you know, boots, guys, that's crazy. And like, it's not that taboo, you know, like it's not that taboo in the West than it is more so like in Europe and all that stuff. So it's kind of interesting to me in that way. But yeah, that's like casual. These are brand new, guys. So enjoy them. Actually, I do want to enjoy that. That's the new 10th anniversary version, but toodaloo.
All right, honey. So the music was crazy loud in this corner, but I just loved the posters. It was literally some of my favorite people. Like all the people I've listened to, you know, growing up. I mean, from Sparks to Kate Bush to the epicness of Nick Cave and Sabbath and all of that. But one thing I found really interesting was they sell these frames with the framed artwork for like $25. Let's say if the record is really botched and they can't do anything with the record, they'll put the sleeve in this and still sell it. How smart is that? That is killer marketing, if I've ever seen it. I mean, being able to still find purpose for the record, even if the record is like in G condition. So I found this really interesting in the listening stations. They actually had to tell people don't open new and sealed records. I can't believe you even have to say that. Come on, people. Savages out here. My goodness. They have some kooky free jazz stuff for hundreds if you're into that. Hey. Not a big free jazz person on this end here, but I love the idea of what it means. to be free in jazz. Here's the fun metal section. Ooh la la. I don't want to get copywritten, so I am going to talk a little bit here and there. But, it sounds like maybe I'm ragging on this store, but believe me, I do love it. I love what it's got to offer. It's got a lot to offer. It's got a lot of genres. It's very organized. It's great.
It's cool to see maxis, like brand new maxis that are being released still. I think it definitely depends on the genre of music, but to see maxis, that's wild. But maxis for that, honey. But you know what I mean though, right? It's kind of interesting to see that.
All right, so they're lately been doing a lot of this pop culture stuff in this record store particularly. So they sell a lot of knick-knacky, kind of interesting things you would never see otherwise. Very unique. So there's a bunch of that. There's a bunch of interesting, cool shirts, backpacks. They even had like this cool flowery Bob Ross thing that I remember seeing, but they don't have it anymore. They have like Willie and stuff, but still really interesting stuff. You would never see this anywhere else. Definitely kitschy and weird. They've got it.
A little bit of Zappa action. It's a cute little section here too. I mean, it's kind of endless. Hidden gems and rarity. It's pretty cute, but yeah, this is a fun CD section of this place. It's pretty kitschy stuff.
So in this section here, what's kind of amazing is that there's a really killer, soul funk vibe. I know it says R&B in the headers there, but it's mostly soul funk with very little R&B. I wish there was more R&B in our city, but when it's there, it gets eaten up super quick. But we love our disco. There's a lot of fun disco records in here too, and of course we know that the disco genre is full of maxis. They are maxi hungry. So if you're a maxi lover and you love that stuff, I mean, you know what time it is. This is a perfect genre to DJ for. It's definitely not how I usually flip. It was just for the camera for you guys. But anyways, let's keep it moving. More kitschy stuff, right? Like, if you need it, they got it. It's not really for me. I don't like a lot of knick-knacky kind of things, but I find it really cool. Like, even, it's really music related, too. It's not like it's just out of pocket here. Like, it's cool. It's like television, movies, but music stuff. Look at that. Old Dirty Bastard in a 70s vibe. Amazing. Reference to his music video. Amazing.
I definitely think that this time I have featured this place with justice. I've done it to the best of my abilities. Normally I just flip through, but this time I'm actually showing you the beauty of the place. It's huge. It got a lot more kitschier. They used to just sell music, but it's still pretty cool. And you know what to do and where to go to find all the weird, crazy stuff. This is a really cool display that they've got here because this is a Canadian Torontonian over here. And, well, perfectly designed for Pride Month. So for any, soul aficionados that are wondering, this is Toronto, baby. Yeah, Toronto's first trans star, really. At least that the world knows of, right? So there you have that. More kitschy stuff. And this is my favorite section, of course. So, sometimes you just gotta flip through and see what's up. It's a killer record. It's gone up a bit, but not by much. It's still an amazing record for under 15. Can't go wrong. Let's see. That's a killer record for $10 too. You can't go wrong with anything, Rick. Whoa, I forgot about how good Michael Zafir is. That's a pretty good deal, actually, for 20. I don't even think I have it, but I don't know if we're gonna do that dance today.
You know what, though, guys? I will say this. It is not easy to find a good deal like it used to be. Even just finding something that's like, let's say $10 lower than what it would typically retail for. You used to find that a lot in the recent arrival bins, but I really feel bad for this future generation. It's really hard for them to find any of that kind of thing, and they're usually paying a premium, even for used stuff, which is really unfortunate because sometimes that would be a refuge for people that couldn't get the brand new stuff. So I really feel bad for this new generation, the one after me, because I was around the tail end of when this stuff was going and coming and all that stuff, and I was able to enjoy it. The great deals, the brand new records for $12.99. I was able to be in that part of the generation, but this new generation, bless them, and for them to find that resilience still. That Yuma Samek, I love me my Yuma Samek. What a unique vocalist. But anyway, I find that it would be hard, I would imagine nowadays, to keep up with the hobby and not feel like you can't really keep up with it. It's a rough balance here, but I'm sure people are still going to find the resilience if they've been infected by that beautiful, illustrious disease that is vinyl loving. But of course, this is just a different, completely different culture now. And it's such an exploitive culture too. They've really done a really great job at exploiting collectors and the hobby. What do you guys think about this? I'd love to know. I'd love to have a dialogue down in the comments about this.
Beautiful places. Gotta keep the lights on somehow, right? Anyway, Sufjan Stevens stole this cover actually from a 70s soul punk album. Forgot what it's called now though, but really cool that Metal Blade had a compilation. Tasty stuff. Awesome record, but this is 30, 40 all day, not at 60, what's the foot? You know what I mean, folks? But, I think I got here a little too late. I think people saw the tasty goods already. Actually, I just saw a record here that's from Toronto. That was pretty iconic. Lost it in the sauce here, folks. Jeez, where are you? Anyways, I saw it somewhere in there, but Max Webster, I'm sure you guys know. Very, very cool to see that. Anyways.
It's funny actually, because I was seeing quite a bit of new recent arrivals, right? Like records that just came out a couple of years ago. And I'm like, why is this here? And I would ask one of the workers there eventually that day, like what that all is about. And she's like, it's funny. You'd be surprised how many people just get in and out of the hobby quickly. They don't last that long. They only collect for like a year or two and then realize they can't really do it anymore. Or they don't have the space, or they just don't want to do it anymore. So you'd be surprised how fickle the record vibe can be as well. It's not always such an infection for some, which I know you can't understand, right? Man, I love that Santo Gold record. Somebody's got to reissue that. That is a killer record. You've got some Tragically Hip, some Canadian classics, some Beck. Beck has a lot of reissuing he's got to do as well. That Corin Bailey Ray record also needs to get reissued for the R&B heads. But there you go. Some more nothing but like nostalgia candy, right? That 90s candy. Fun Dip. Where have you seen that? Pez? Oh my gosh. This is what I mean. It's just screaming nostalgia if you're into pins and stuff like that. Bunch of pins, bunch of nostalgic candy, stuff you would never see, board games you would never see anywhere, all that kind of stuff. It's a great place to go if you gotta get a quick gift for somebody. But anyways, my dears, toodaloo, honey, toodaloo.